No. Okay. Okay.
Through this.
Goose, brother.
Oh my goodness.
Hi everyone. Hi Sam. Hi Alanah. How are we going today?
Good.
I'm so excited to have Alanah on the podcast today. We are going to have a no-filter conversation with her about being a mum, an entrepreneur, a dog groomer, and just all-round awesome person. Welcome, Alanah.
Thanks, guys. I'm excited.
All right, Alanah. So you're a mum of 3.
Yep.
What are your children's names?
JJ, Tiger Lily, and Chet.
And how do you balance your life and around them?
To be honest, some days are good, some days are bad, but just everyday life. 2 are at school, one's obviously stay at home. So yeah, you just get the job done as a mum. Like sometimes you're in routine, other times they will throw that out the window. So yeah.
I hope you don't mind me mentioning this today, but your daughter Tiger Lily broke her arm on the weekend and she had surgery.
Yep, surgery that night.
And you're here today. Yeah. It's Monday. When did she have surgery?
Saturday night.
Look at you go. You're here and you've got everything sorted.
Yep.
With her and with you, and that's really awesome. Is she going to be okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's got 3 wires in her elbow. We catch up in like 2 weeks with the doctor.
Amazing.
So she's a little trooper.
I love that. How inspiring are kids? Like, they are so inspiring. When you think you can't achieve something, just look at your kids and what they can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're a bit of an entrepreneur as well, and you've been working with Isogenics for how long now?
7 years.
7 years. And what's your experience been like working with them or working for the brand?
So for me, it first come about, I didn't know anything about it, and we were living in Melbourne at the time, and Sam's sister come up. She had 2 kids and she was breastfeeding her second, and we just had 1. And she was like bouncing off the walls. I was like, what are you on? Like, what are you doing? And she told me, and I was like, oh, a bit skeptical. And then I just said to Sam, because Sam had tried to coach me and do PT, and he's a footballer. I'm a stay-at-home mum, and it just didn't work. As much as I loved him, it just didn't work. So yeah, I jumped on board, and lo and behold, got amazing results. Yep. And I didn't even have to exercise, which was good for me, because some nights, like, Bubs wouldn't sleep. Like, it was a nightmare. So to be honest, it's completely flipped my world in a good way, because I wasn't showing up as the mum I wanted to be and knew I could be. I was that lazy, lethargic mum that was just craving sugar and just being grumpy. And then when Sam would come home, he would cop the back end, and it was just like, oh. So yeah, I just stuck to it. But the best thing about it is there was a community behind it. It wasn't just a quick fix for me. And I've never had that other than like sporting, like community. I never really had that. And I was like, what is this? Like, this is good. There was people that I just met, and they were lifting me up, and I was like, who are you? But you're supporting me. Like, this is weird, but it's exciting. So that's how I've stayed, I suppose, with them for so long, and will be forever. So yeah.
I love that. And it's really hard when you're a new mum and you've got so much to adjust to, like being tired, having someone constantly need you 24/7, and having a sleep schedule that is literally up the wall. Like, it does not exist. And Sam's your husband?
Yep.
Yeah. So how long have you been married for?
Oh, I was thinking about this today. We got married in 2016. So like, what, 8? Yeah, 8 years.
Wow. Yeah. So married, 3 kids, have a nice Isogenics business.
Yep.
Tell us what it's like being an entrepreneur and doing network marketing in a small town like Portland. Do you find that it's difficult, or Tell us about your experience and how you've been received.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it depends how everyone thinks and what they've worked on themselves and that kind of stuff. But for me as an entrepreneur, I don't even see myself as that. I just see myself as a mum that helps other mums and other people. And the kids get the best version of me. Obviously not 24/7, but the most of the time. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to get good feedback, you're going to get bad feedback, and at the end of the day, as I say, and I've been mentored by a few people, they just say put your horse blinkers on, and it's just like, just look forward, don't look back. Like whatever anyone says, just put it behind you and just keep going. Because for me, before this, I didn't know what personal development was. I didn't know, like, I wouldn't have read a book even through high school, like, to better myself. Mum was a hairdresser, Dad was a truck driver. Like, I just didn't know anymore. Like, I didn't know I could push for more or want more. So I think seeing that goal and seeing our visions and being on all expenses paid for trips with our kids, like, that has just opened me up so much more. So if I can have it, why can't any other mum that is wanting something like that to have that too?
Absolutely.
And obviously it buys you more freedom to be able to spend your time with your kids and go on your long trips. Do you feel like you meet a lot of people, you surround yourself with as well? Like, personally, I just went away on my trip on the weekend and I surrounded myself with people all doing the same thing, and it was, such a great energy and surrounded by them.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're meeting new people the same as well? In the same position as you?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, obviously, if people in small town, they might think it's a bit weird or whatever, but when I get in our community, or as we call it, a family, it just lights you up. Like, you would know how it makes you feel, like, it buzzes you up. To be able to travel we've been able to travel to like 4 or 5 different overseas trips. One was Orlando with the kids, so taking the kids to Disneyland, I was like, for me, before Isogenics, that was like a whole life goal. I was just like, yeah, I want to go to Disneyland. I was just like, didn't know how I was going to get there, but then in the end this come, and then promotion come up or a trip, and I was just like, I'm just going to go for it. If I miss it, I miss it. But in the end, I suppose at the end of the day, Sam and I got the kids together. We took a photo. We're like, what do you want? Do you want to go to Disneyland? Do you want to see this? And they were like, yes. So we made a commitment. We told them that Mum and Dad are going to work, and we're going to work as hard as we can to get this. And then eventually doing that and doing it with our team and our family, like, that was just memories you're never going to get back. And it was just amazing.
Do you feel like in the early years of starting your journey with Isogenics, do you feel like you ran into a few roadblocks that you couldn't get over straight away?
Oh yeah, so many. So one, I was just so excited to just tell people about it, because I got amazing results going from the lethargic, grumpy mum to an energizer that was keen to go shopping and go do stuff and light up, and just then people would be like, this, that, whatever, and it's just like, okay, whatever, like, it is what it is. Yes, I probably for a couple of days after the first couple of big hits, I was just like, oh my God, like, doubt come in, like, negative come in. And then the best part about it is too, you've got your mentors. So I just go straight to them. We debrief about it, and then we go back to my goals. Like, what do I want? Like, just because someone thinks this way, that shouldn't affect my goals. Like, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
a lot of roadblocks.
Sorry, I just interrupted you. Like attracts like as well. So you're always going to attract, there's always going to be haters, no matter what you do.
Yep.
Like, I've had my fair share of haters for veganism or, that sort of thing. Whatever you do, there's always going to be someone that knows better or thinks differently and tries to just put you in a box, their box, that makes them feel comfortable, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But with all of the things you shared with us, you have freedom. You've got this shit, and you're an everyday person that has come from humble beginnings, and look at you now. Like, look at what you've achieved. And if you did listen to haters or people that thought they know better, where would you be now? Like, what would your life look like? What would it be like for Sam and the kids?
Oh, To be honest, guys, I don't think Sam and I would be together for one. And I say that all the time because we were just on different journeys. We're on that journey where it was just live for the weekend, like work, live for the weekend, and then back to the grind. But now it's really opened us up to what do we generally want as a couple or individual for us and our family. And it's just thinking bigger, wanting bigger, and doing more and just leveling up. I don't think we would have 3 kids, we would be together, like a lot of negative stuff. And that's what I think we've got a saying is, when you're trying to do good or you're trying to do something different, it's like you're a crab in the bucket. You've got a bucket of crabs and you're the one trying to get to the top, but everyone, negative Nancy, is trying to pull you down to go, you are staying here where we're at. And it's just like, nah, we're getting out of that bucket ASAP.
And I might add, there's nothing wrong with like living for the weekend or anything like that.
No, absolutely not.
Nothing wrong. But yeah, and do you feel like it's brought you more self-confidence within yourself, empowerment as obviously a marriage, but as an individual woman, do you feel like it's brought you more power as well? Oh
yeah, for sure. I was always like, what's Sam doing? Like all about sort of Sam and our family and just what is people going to think and all that kind of stuff. And now it's just like, you know, I've just got my blinkers on and I'm just going to go forward as a woman. Yes, I still get those nervous times and stuff, but you just got to pop that bubble because you won't grow or you won't do anything if you don't step out of that uncomfortable zone. And that's what I've learned a lot.
Absolutely. And weight loss and sugar addiction and all of that sort of thing, it's so hard. Like, it's so hard to break free from. And people really need to understand how difficult it is, you know? Like, it doesn't matter what your goal is. It's hard. It's not about just, you know, going straight up and reaching the goal. Like, there's barriers and that sort of thing, which is why I want to touch on what you do to fill your cup, like around, you know, any of the blocks or barriers that you have other than speaking to mentors and that sort of thing. To have some like little secrets to keep yourself accountable and busy and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So for me, I felt like after my second pregnancy, I was getting a little bit of anxiety. Didn't go to the doctor, and I reached out to a friend that obviously had that, and she's like, you need to exercise. Have you exercised? And once I started doing that, I was fine. But I think, what was the question? Oh, the self-fulfilling cup. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like thinking, so for me,
I was like,
you're like,
I'm hanging on to every word you say. I'm like, what was the question?
So for me, it's walking the dogs, it's going to the beach. Like, if I need my own time and my own space, away from the kids, away from Sam, just everybody, I go to the beach. Whether it's rain, hail or shine, I don't know why. But that is just my time. We'll go for a walk. We like to go do bushwalks. I like to horse ride. Don't get to do that as much, just because that's me time. That's how I grew up. And so that's how I fill my cup up. My new thing is now PT, doing stuff for myself and going by myself or with my daughter or kids. That's really sometimes scary, but it's just like once you see them there, you're like, I've got to show them that that's okay and you shouldn't feel like that. Even though it's all in me, I just want to, So that's PT. Yeah.
Alanah started working with me a couple of weeks ago. And she worked with me for about 5 to 6 weeks, and she made good results straight away. And I saw a lot of improvement every week with her. And it was good to see her in the gym by herself. You know, even if it was with her children and she was distracted and she was stressed about them and worrying about them, she was still making time for her sets and reps, which was really good to see. But I just wanted to ask, like, what was it like growing up in your late teenage years? What was your ideal sort of situation you wanted to see yourself at now? So let's say you were like, I don't know, late teens and you want, you know, mid-30s. How do you see yourself? Or do you feel like it went the direction you wanted to take it? Or do you feel like it just changed the whole way?
Yeah, good question. To be honest, Sam, I had no idea. Even I got out, I finished year 11 at school, and all I said to Mum was, I just want to do something with animals and I don't want to be at school. So she's like, get a job. So I got a job, hated that, and then fell into vet nursing. Absolutely loved it, hands down. but it was 8 to 6 every day, and if you got called in, you got called in. And for me, it was just living for the weekend. It was like partying, but to be honest, Sam, I didn't see any of this. I didn't know what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, whether I wanted to stay here, how much I wanted to earn, or what kind of house we wanted. Where now I see the whole thing. And it's okay if you don't manifest it. Yeah, manifest it. And it's okay if you don't know what you want. Like, it's fine. You just gotta, I suppose, tap into that. But I didn't really have any vision. It was just stay here, work, that's it. Yeah. I was too scared to travel. My sister was off traveling, and I was like, can't do that. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, I can't do that.
And now look at you. You've been around the world. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. There's a question I want to ask you. Does living in a small town, does it feel small sometimes with, like, you're surrounded by the same people, same stories, same gossip, same everything else. Like, Sam touched on this before with going away on the weekend. How do you get out of that funk, that small town, small-minded funk? No offence to anyone in Portland that I've offended, but we all get that way, let's be honest.
Yeah, I suppose it's weird. It's really weird. People probably think we're really weird. But we just don't, like, we hang out with people we want to hang out with. Yeah. We, like, back in the day, we'd hang out with everyone and whatever, but now it's just like, we're really selective with, this might offend people, but it is what it is. We're really selective with who we spend time with, because a lot of people are in the same rut, as you just said, Case. Yeah. They're in the same rut, they're doing the same shit, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So most of the time, we're just with our kids. I don't know why, we're just with our kids. And I always say now, it's making memories. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
They're so little, like 8 and 6, they're so much of a sponge. They're like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? But it's just like making memories with them and spending with family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same. Charlotte, my 9-year-old, she wanted to surf, and she got me surfing.
Cool.
Like, a friend down at the pub is not going to do that for me. No. Not that I drink anymore or anything, but they're not going to be like, hey, Casey, let's go out surfing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that. That's so special and so great.
Yeah. And we want to surround ourselves with people that are going to level us up, going to push us out of our comfort zones.
Yeah. That's exactly my pretty much situation at the moment, like heading up on the weekend. Even though, like, I had a massive working week and I barely slept the whole week, like I got bugger all sleep the whole week, I still went up on like 3 hours sleep just to surround myself with those sort of people, you know. I pushed for it, and, you know, I was tired. I had to take 2 naps on the way to Melbourne for 10 minutes and I thought I was going to crash.
Yeah.
I was that tired, but I still put it off just because I wanted to be surrounded by that energy.
Yeah.
And I've come back after the weekend feeling a lot better and a lot refreshed, you know, for the week ahead. So it's good.
Yeah, it's amazing when you get around your community and your people. It does wonders.
It absolutely does. Absolutely does. So tell us about your ice bath experience. We were talking at the start, before we started the podcast, we were talking about going and doing an ice bath. Tell us about an ice bath experience. I've never done it. I'm too scared to, like, get in 3-degree water or water where there's ice cubes in it.
Yeah.
The ocean's where it's at for me. So what's it like?
Well, for me, I met a guy, Lewis. He's got a business called Cold Culture in Warrnambool. You guys need to go. It's amazing. And he does breath work first.
Yeah.
I think it goes the whole thing for an hour and a half. I missed the first little bit. Like you, Sam, I was tired that morning. I didn't want to go, and I was like, right, I've got to do it. And went there, it's freezing, didn't know what I knew it was going to be an ice bath, but I really didn't know how bloody cold it was going to be. And we all pretty much got in our bathers. He said, this is what we need to do. And he's like, right, Lance, you've never done it. You're going in first. So I got in with this bigger fella. And holy heck, I was in flight and fight mode for sure. And I've never been like that ever in my life. Like, I couldn't catch my breath. I was trying to focus. I was trying to close my eyes. And the guy in the bath with me was so lovely. He's like, just breathe, just breathe. But he was always also keeping me warm on my legs. But it was the best thing after it. Like, I was tired going to it. After it, I felt like I don't even drink coffee. I felt like I had 20 bloody coffees. I felt refreshed. I felt recharged. I was good.
What's the you mentioned the other day the dopamine sort of release you get after the cold water therapy? Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, it was something along the lines of people. Thanks for the microphone. It was something along the lines of people who take heroin. They have a high for about 15 minutes.
Right.
And then it's, all downhill from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never taken heroin. I don't know. But they did a study on someone who's done an ice bath or cold water immersion therapy. And their dopamine levels were like more than doubled for over half an hour. Wow. So it's more of a high than having drugs. So take note, kids, don't do drugs. Go ice dipping. Yeah, like get in the ice, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to bring it back to Isogenics. What's it like? As you mentioned, you help a lot of people, and what are the sort of the feedback you get from them, and how do you feel after you get the feedback?
So obviously, Isogenics isn't for everybody, and that's totally cool. But I mainly obviously help women because I know how we work. I know how emotional we get and whatever. But to be honest, Sam, it's amazing. Not everyone wants to lose weight. Some people want to gain energy, mental clarity, bloat, all that kind of stuff. Some people get amazing results. Some people get little results. I don't focus on let's get a big result. What do you want? Like I really work with what do you want, Sam? How long do you want to go for? And even just the first week after the detox is done, they are just like, holy heck, I'm calm, I'm chilled, I'm not a rah mum, which I used to be too, don't worry. And yeah, they're amazing, like bloat's gone, their muffin top's gone, they're bike riding, they're doing stuff they never thought they would do. And I sometimes even get messages and I just cry because I'm like, I've just helped a beautiful mum feel amazing and do something with her kids that she never would have done before.
Absolutely. So
yeah, for me, it's a really big motivator because a lot of mums are struggling out there.
Yeah. And I wasn't going to mention this, but I feel comfortable enough saying so. I met Alanah because of Sam. Sam and Alanah were following each other, and then, I don't know, Sam and I were posting stuff, and then Alanah started following me, and I was watching what she was doing, what she was talking about, just interested. And I was like, what is this girl doing? Like, I wanted to know. I wanted to sip that Kool-Aid, and I've been working on my weight loss journey for 3 years, and for myself, personally, everyone's different. I went through a series of traumas that changed the trajectory of my life, and I had to start from the ground up. And I've worked with Sam as a coach with nutrition, and he's my PT. I've worked with a nutritionist to learn more about my body and what my body needs. And then I figured out that I needed something that was easy and simple to do, where I didn't have to count macros and that sort of thing. And yeah, I spoke to you and it was the best thing I've ever done. And for the record, everybody thinks that network marketing is all about someone just pushing down your throat. You've got to sign up now. You've got to sign up now. You've got to recruit 50,000 people and you've got to... There was none of that with you. Like, I think it took me 3 weeks to get started. And you're like, okay, it's no worries. Like, you do you. And when I showed up, you showed up. And every time I've showed up, you've showed up as well. And today I'm on day 9, 10 of my Isogenics journey. And someone said to me, you're glowing, Casey. Like, what are you doing? And I'm feeling really good. Like, I'm feeling the results. And having been on this program, I just feel so much better, and I can vouch for the energy you feel and the vitality you feel and that sort of thing. I just didn't have it in me to plan out 6 meals a day. Like, I think Sam tore his hair out with me, like, because I was like, I can't do this, Sam, it's so shit. And then Isogenics came along, and I just feel so much better. And there's been no pressure. None of the negative stories that we hear from different network marketing companies where, you know, people are excited and they want to get great results for you because they care about you. It's just been a really lovely process. And I'm feeling really great. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this journey takes me as well. And I just don't have any regrets because you're not a monster. You're not scary. You're not like trying to get me to sign up 50,000 people or anything like that. There's none of that bullshit. It's just been a really easy process. I'm rambling a little bit, but I do want to say this. There are people out there in the fitness industry, also in the weight loss industry and that sort of thing, that are completely opposed to things like this. But for me personally, I've been to therapists, I've put in the work at the gym, I've put in the work spiritually, all of that sort of thing, and I just couldn't get around reaching the results that I desired through going down the conventional road. But this has helped me to lose weight in like the first week, and I'm feeling so much better. So, you know, everyone's different, but yeah, I have absolutely no regrets. And I know that there's a lot of mums that listen to what we're talking about, and I just want to say, like, there are other mums that I know that are in the network marketing industry, and they're just like you, like everyday people that don't ram, you know, different products down your throat or anything like that, or give you deadlines as to when you have to sign up and that sort of thing. And it's just a really lovely process. So haters are going to hate, but I have absolutely no regrets whatsoever. I can't wait to see where this journey takes me.
Yeah, I'm proud of you for saying yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Alanah, for coming on this episode today with us. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming in.